यत्र योगेश्वरः कृष्णो यत्र पार्थो धनुर्धरः तत्र श्रीर्विजयो भूतिर्ध्रुवा नेतिर्मतिर्मम। प्रकृतेः क्रियमाणानि गुणैः कर्माणि सर्वशः अहंकार विमूढात्मा कर्ताहमिति मन्यते। तत्त्ववित्तु महाबाहो गुणकर्म विभागयोः गुणा गुणेषु वर्तन्ते इति मत्वा न सज्जते। Lord Krishna teaches Arjuna the difference between a knowledgeable man and an arrogant fool. All the types of works in this world around us are done under the influence of sattva, rajas and tamas, or they are done by the influence of Lord Himself. But an individual, a fool, arrogantly thinks that he himself is doing all the things. But a knowledgeable man does not think so. He knows the classification of gunas and karmas. The gunas, attributes of Lord, are independent, whereas the attributes of Jiva are under the control of Lord Himself. The three gunas of Prakriti, Sattva, Ras and Tamas, are the results of Prakriti. Our body, the organs and mind are also considered as the gunas of Prakriti, as they are created by the Prakriti itself. This is the classification of gunas of Lord, the gunas of Jiva and the gunas of Prakriti. Now let us see the classification of karma of Ishvara, Jiva and Prakriti. All the actions, karmas of Lord Ishvara are independent, whereas the actions of Jiva, the souls, are controlled by the Lord Himself. And the third one, the actions of Prakriti, are considered as creating the Mahat Tattva. Prakriti creates Mahat Tattva, Prakriti creates Ahankara Tattva through Mahat Tattva. The Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha and the five elements, Prithvi, Apu, Tejas, Vayu, Akasha, all these actions of Prakriti are called the karmas of Prakriti. Whatever we, the men of straw, do only under the influence of Ishvara and Prakriti. We do everything according to our innate nature under the influence of Lord Ishvara, who can also be called as Purusha and Prakriti. Prakriti and Purusha, Lakshmi and Narayana, control all the souls and their nature. The duo of Prakriti and Purusha, Lakshmi and Narayana, has given us this body, these sensual organs, and the organs of action, and our mind. So we are now able to do all these physical and mental activities. If one knows the influence of Purusha, Narayana, Prakriti, Lakshmi, and Jada Prakriti, inanimate nature, there won't be any scope for arrogance that we are doing independently all these activities. Not only this one, the knowledgeable man who knows the greatness of Purusha and Prakriti will not be attached deeply in this mortal life. Gunaha guneshu vartante. The gunas of Ishvara are there behind the screen to control the gunas of soul, and the kriya of Ishvara is there behind the screen and scene to control the actions of souls. All of us know the great shows of puppet shows. On the stage, different types of puppets, such as males, females, kings, servants, ministers, soldiers, sages, and others are giving their performance. A terrible battle is shown on the stage. Sometimes a scene of marriage is exhibited. Sometimes a scene between a mentor, guru, and his disciples, shishyas, is displayed. Actually, those puppets are innate or inanimate, jada. They can do nothing themselves, but there is an artist behind the screen and behind the scene who controls those puppets with his strings or rods. Usually, that artist is not seen to the audience, but sometimes to show the greatness and expertise of that artist, his handwork is displayed to the public sitting there. In fact, those spectators have gathered there only to see the show of puppet, not the greatness of the artist. In the same way, all the laymen of this world are interested in only what is going around us, but not what is going behind the scene and screen. Only a curious viewer develops interest in knowing the greatness of that artist. In the same way, the common people in this universe are not interested in the gunas and karmas of Prakriti and Purusha. They are interested They are immersed only in the show being given by the souls, the people around us. They are interested with the animate things and inanimate things, jadas and chetanas around us. This materialistic view does not let them show an interest in the spiritual things, including the gunas and kriyas of Prakriti and Purusha. It is said in Mahabharata, Yatha darumayim yosham narasthira samahitaha ingayatyangamangani tatha rajanyamah prajaha. Draupadi says to King Yudhishthira, an artist stays stably, intentively, concentratedly, controls the limbs, organs of the puppets with strings or rods. In the same way, the Lord plays, controls all these creatures, beings of this universe. Tena vina trinamapi na chalate. Without that Lord, Almighty Lord, not even a single piece of straw can move. But the Lord, that Lord and this artist of puppet show are not both seen to the public, as they are covered, both of them are covered by a particular screen. The Lord is also covered by a Javanika screen, and he does not want to show himself to other people. Yamaivesha vrunute tena labhyaha tasyeisha atma vivrunute tanum swam. Wherever he wants to show himself to a particular seeker, he just moves that screen to some extent and lets the sadhaka view him, the Lord. Nasamparayah pratibhati balam pramadyantam vittamohena mudham. The balas, the arrogant fools, cannot understand the greatness of Prakriti and Purusha, and they will not be able to attain the samparaya, salvation. In puppet show also, the balas, those viewers of childish mentality, will only view the performance of those puppets, not that of that artist. It is said in Shastras that the soul is just like a stone, ashma. Let us compare the status of these souls, ourselves, with the status of a stone, a piece of stone, and the Lord Almighty. On one hand, the Almighty is Sarvajna, omniscient, Sarvashakta, omnipotent. and omnipresent, Sarvatra Vyapta. He controls both Jada and Chetana, animate and inanimate things, living and non-living things. On the other hand, there is lying a piece of stone which is completely Jada, has no desire, knowledge, action on its own. Somebody has to put an action or movement into it. Between that stone and Lord Almighty stands this soul, the Jivatma. This Jivatma is gifted with the capacity of knowing things around us. He can desire, he can know, and he can try. He can work successfully or unsuccessfully. But those gunas, the jnana, knowledge, ichha, desire, are not got by the soul on his own. They are gifted by the Lord Almighty and controlled as well. There is no difference between a piece of stone and soul. Both are completely, inwardly, outwardly controlled by the gunas and kriyas of Prakriti and Purusha. But here is the importance of this soul, that he is gifted with the capacity of jnana, knowing things, and desire, ichha. Those capacities, those gunas, and the capacity of doing things, karma, are given by the Lord Himself. The only difference is those capacities of karma and jnana are not given to the jada, but given only to the chetana by the Lord Himself. So, the soul enjoys the capacity of guna and karma given by the Lord, whereas the jada vastu does not enjoy that capacity of guna and karma. Prakritir guna sammudhaha sajjante guna karmaso tana kritsna vido mandan kritsna vinna vichalayet. The sattva, rajas and tamas, three gunas of Prakriti, have covered the mind of common people, and so they are interested only in this material world. Sajjante guna karmaso. They use their jnanendriyas, the organs of the sensual organs, and the karmendriyas, the organs of action, to experience the world and the objects around us. They will be thinking that the world and the objects are created for themselves, the souls, and they can enjoy those things, those objects, as long as they wish. They also think that they are doing all the activities themselves, independently. In fact, all these actions are done by the guna and karma of Prakriti and Purusha. But these fools don't understand that real thing. Consider themselves, souls, as great men, independent. And go on doing their activities. It is not wise to teach those fools, those arrogant common people, about the greatness of Prakriti and Purusha. A knowledgeable man should not confound those stupids who do not know the classification and greatness of guna and karma of Prakriti and Purusha. If those fools show interest in knowing the greatness of Prakriti and Purusha, gradually they can be taught, they can be preached the tenets of Shastra, not otherwise. मयि सर्वाणि कर्माणि सन्न्यस्याध्यात्म चेतसा निराशीर निर्ममो भूत्वा युध्यस्व विगतज्वरः. With a mind set in the supremacy of Lord, and submitting all our actions in me, the Almighty Lord, being freed from all the desires and egos, arrogance, one should continue doing his duties. Maybe it is a war, waging a war, participating in a war, or doing household activities, doing jobs, business, agriculture, or whatever it is. Adhyatma Chetasa, one should spiritualize one's life. We are doing all the activities since our birth till our last days, since our waking up in the morning and till the night when we go to bed. If we consider all those activities in our life and all the activities of the day as the worship of Lord, the entire life stands spiritualized. Pratah pravati sayantam sayadi pratarantatah yatkaromi jagannatha tadastu tava pujanam goes a shloka. Pratah pravati, ever since the morning, sayantam, till night, and since the hours of night till the morning, whatever we do, whatever I do, O Lord, that is your worship. Vishnu Pujartha Yajnoha Mityupasana Madarat Kurvita Purusho Nityam Tadgam Mrityumupanudet, says Chandogya Bhashya. Purusho Vava Yajnaha, says Chandogya Upanishad. This entire life of ours is a life dedicated. This person, Purusha, is nothing but a yajna. the life of this Purusha, person, male or female, is a course of doing the worship of Lord Vishnu. It is known to all of us that in temples, Trikala Puja, worship of 3 times, in the mornings, afternoons and evenings, is done. In the same way, Trikala Puja is done in our life also. Tasyat Shodashottaram Shatamayustu Savanatrameritam. Our entire life, covering 116 years, is a worship of 3 times. Chaturvimshattu Yat Purvam. First 24 years are considered as Pratah Puja, the worship of mornings, morning puja. Madhye Chatushchatvarimshat. Next 44 years course is the afternoon worship. Tataha Ashtachatvarimshat. The last period of 48 years is evening puja. This thought successfully spiritualizes our life. Our life is both a yuddha, war, and a yajna, sacrifice. This is a great shloka, is applicable, is addressed to all the seekers, not only to Arjuna. No name of Arjuna is there in this shloka. Yuddhasva vigata jvaraha. Don't worry, continue your duty. It was Arjuna's duties to wage a war, but not of all of us. On listening to the teachings of Bhagavad Gita by Krishna, we need not take a sword or at least a stick and go to the battlefield. Our life itself is a battlefield. Our day-to-day activities, our business, our jobs, and all other activities are considered as yuddha, as we have to do all those things on war footing. Gandhi ji was inspired by the Bhagavad Gita himself. We know that he always propagated the greatness of ahimsa, non-violence. The Bhagavad Gita inspired Arjuna to indulge in himsa, violence, and participate in war. The same Bhagavad Gita inspired Gandhiji to take the weapon of ahimsa, the weapon of non-violence, and wage a war against our enemies. So it's a solution to all of us, to all the problems. So here the word yudhyasva means do your duty, not particularly do wage the war. Let us see what Krishna is going to teach Arjuna in our next episode.